Hey, it's Jen coming to you again. I am so bad at doing these videos. So first off, we'll start with my stats. It's been about 3 weeks since my last video. I keep looking outside. I know it, but it's just pretty outside. 3 weeks since my last video. I am having VSG with Dr. Shutnik here locally in Niles, Michigan. I just went for my visit the June 30th was my visit. I am 44 years old. 5'6.5" is what they measured me at. My highest measured weight, which I believe is my highest weight, is 254. Now here's the thing about my stats. I went, because of my insurance, which is Cigna, if your BMI is under 40, you have to have one comorbidity. I went to 3 different websites. So they're saying that my comorbidity is, what they say, like 39.2. I went to 3 different websites and entered in my information. They wouldn't let me do 5, 6.5. It had to be like 5, 7 because you round up. So some of them would let me enter the 6.5 inches, and one of them had me round up. I just don't understand how it should all be calculated the same. I mean, my highest weight was my highest weight. And it had me over my BMI over 40. So we're going to have a discussion about my BMI. Because I'm just not understanding how the websites can give me a different BMI. All 3 of them. You think people would be on the same page here? Since it is like medical, whatever. Okay, so I have my little list over here. So I lost 3 pounds. I'll take what I can get. I didn't gain. So we have been pretty active. I will tell you about Mom and Clark Boys' adventures in bike riding. So we had, like I mentioned in my last video, we got bikes, mountain bikes. Took my boys. The website said they're beginner to intermediate bike trails. No. These were like, intermediate to advanced bike trails. I am so out of shape. But I didn't fall. They were very narrow bike trails. Now, granted, it was the day after a huge storm blew through this area. And there were, oh my gosh, so many trees down. It wasn't a tornado. It was just extremely high winds. Branches and trees down everywhere. But my 8-year-old, who's a pretty competent bike rider, he just kept falling. And finally, I think we got 2 miles into the 10-mile bike trail. And we had to go. The handlebar just went into his stomach. And so we came home, and I got on the computer, and I found a 4-mile bike trail that was actually closer to the house. So we went on that nice, big, beautiful, wide trails. We actually got kicked out by the people who worked there because the park was supposed to be closed. Well, if the park is closed, don't leave the gate open. Because if the gate's open, you're open. So we were mostly done riding that trail anyways. Um, so I'm liking riding bikes. We haven't went since because I this last summer was such a crappy summer with having my gallbladder out and all the complications I had for that, which I'll talk about that in just one second. Um, and I wanted it to be such a great summer last summer, and it just sucked. I mean, it totally blew. The weather wasn't even nice. It didn't even heat up our pool at all because you'd have 2 hot days and then shitty days where it's raining and cold or it's just cold. So we never got to go swimming because the pool didn't even get warm enough to go swimming in, and I'm not into Arctic dipping. Uh, but so far this summer's been nice. I got a decent tan going on right now. Not that you can tell with the video, but okay. So my gallbladder complications. I had my gallbladder taken out. I believe it was May 20th of 2015, and right when I woke up in the recovery room, I was in excruciating pain. I'm not a wimp. I just want to get this to be said. I've had 2 natural births and I've had 2 C-sections. With the C-sections and the natural births, I never asked for painkillers, especially with my C-sections. After them being taken out of my stomach, I never asked for painkillers when they brought me back to my room. I wasn't in pain. I didn't need it. I had 1 bout of gas. Never experienced that before. It traveled up to, it'd be the shoulder, and she warmed up, those packs that you can cool or heat up. She warmed up one of those, and I put it on my shoulder, and within a couple minutes, I was fine. But never any pain medication. So I went into the gallbladder surgery thinking it's going to be a breeze. I mean, I've had several friends that have had it, no issues, nothing. But right when I woke up, just pain like I couldn't believe. So, came home, just the pain. Oh my goodness. So was it 2 days later when my face started swelling up? My daughter took me to the emergency room, and I was having, I'm fat. I know I'm fat, but when I can see distension on the side and my stomach, I named it George because it was like a growth there. I had a bile leak. So I was in the hospital for a week for that. My lungs started collapsing. I've never been in so much pain. I was praying to God he would just take me, just so I could not be in pain anymore. I was home. Very, very slow recovery. No, that's wrong. I went to 2 days after I got out of the hospital. I went to the local emergency room, and then the next day I went to the emergency room after that, and spent a week in the hospital. Then I was home doing good. Very slow recovery. Oh God, almost 10 minutes and just nothing. Then I just started vomiting. Like, I don't even know what it was I was vomiting. It looked like, well, I'm sure if you watch the news, Flint, Michigan, the water that they were having to drink and bathe and stuff in, it looked like that. It was like brown, rusty water. It wasn't blood. And it just wasn't a little bit. Like my sink in my bathroom, I was filling it up with this fluid. I could not keep water down, pills down, let alone food. So regardless to say, I spent 3 more days in the hospital, came home for a couple days, went back in, and I told them I was not leaving until they got me straightened out, which it was, my stomach was just lazy, apparently, is what they're saying. So, and a very, very slow recovery. So, needless to say, I vowed after that to never, I didn't even want my ears pierced. I didn't even want my hair cut. Not a pedicure, manicure, nothing. I mean, but obviously I'm over that. So I'm hesitant. I'm scared to get the surgery. I don't want to leave my husband without a wife. I don't want to leave my 4 kids without a mother. But at the same time, I want this surgery. So this might be a little bit TMI, but okay. So after gallbladder surgery, my stools are not normal. It's very rare that I have a normal stool. Usually they're more on the loose side. So I'm sitting here wondering, everybody seems to have an issue with like constipation and having to take something to make sure that they don't get constipated. And here I am like, well, maybe it'll balance it out and I'll be just fine. So I don't know. I guess we'll have to see with that. I have been trying to eat better and be more conscious of what I eat. I cut out liquid creamer. I went to powdered creamer, but I don't feel I use as much of it as, and I'm trying to wean myself off of that. I got like sugar-free coffee syrups and stuff like that. I have my sleep study coming up. Tomorrow is the 4th of July. My sleep study I will be doing here at my home with whatever machine they give me, July 6th. I have still been waking up, my goodness, between 1 and 3 in the morning, and now the last 4 days I woke up with a headache. Last 5 days. I'm hot right now. I've been waking up with a headache, and I'm hoping, we're looking for a comorbidity and the sleep apnea. So I'm kind of crossing my fingers that I do have sleep apnea, because that's my comorbidity. If that's not, I'm not sure. Maybe, something to do with my joints. I know I feel I can't sleep on my back. I used to sleep on my back all the time. Like this is how I would sleep. And sorry. And I can't sleep like that anymore. I don't know. I feel like I can't breathe. It does not feel comfortable to me anymore. So I've been sleeping on my sides and like my stomach with this arm up. And now this shoulder joint is very, very sore. It has been for the last month or so. So maybe, hey, that could be my next comorbidity. But I talked about the BMI. So I did get into nursing school. And here's my concern with nursing school is it starts in September after Labor Day. And I'm anticipating having my surgery. I believe I get out of school like December 18th. Hopefully it's earlier than that. And I would like to have my surgery then. So it will give me 3, if not 4 weeks of recovery. And among other concerns is getting in enough fluids in school. So I suppose we'll just have to see how that works. I see people on the forums, on Facebook and whatnot, and I just watched a video where these people are saying to bring gas X strips, that it helps with the gas pain. Now, I'm just assuming that they don't quite understand what type of gas pain that they're going to be experiencing. The gas X strips, as far as my knowledge, is only going to help with gas in your stomach. If you're having gas from the surgery, which is not pumped into your stomach, but on the outside of your stomach, in your body cavity, the gas X strips aren't going to even touch that. Hey, but if it's a placebo for them and it works, good for them. But the gas pain is nothing to joke about. Like, when I had my gallbladder out, oh my Lord. The only thing that helped was a heating pad and walking. But I was in so much pain, I couldn't even walk. I was doubled over with pain. Another thing that I've been doing is again, issues. Gosh, 16 minutes. I have been more conscientious of my breakfast, because that is the worst one for me. Since my mother never, I don't think, was concerned about her kids eating breakfast. So breakfast is a very bad habit I got into not eating. Needless to say, I make my kids eat their breakfast, whether they want it or not. So the Premier shakes are very easy to drink. I find I like those. The only thing with that is it's not a whey isolate protein, which is what being a bariatric patient is what you need. So bariatriceating.com, the Inspire products are actually very, very yummy proteins, but rather expensive. The bag is, what did it say? 1.13 pounds, and you only get 20 servings out of that, and it's $32.99. That's expensive. Now, my husband, he works out and lifts weights and stuff, and the Optimum Nutrition Gold Standard protein, I compared the stats. A little more calories. The carbs were at 1 or 2 higher. The protein, I believe, was higher in the Optimum Nutrition, which is a 100% whey isolate protein. And it's so much more affordable. I go to Costco's to get his protein, and he's over in Afghanistan, and I ship it over there to him. And they sell 6-pound bags for $60. For the Inspire protein, $66 would only get me like not even 2.5 pounds. And they have a ton of flavors. Now, granted, the Inspire protein is very tasty. Like, I got the peanut butter cookie one. It tastes like you're eating a freaking peanut butter cookie. But I wanted to try it. So I went on to bodybuilding.com and got a sample pack of the mocha cappuccino and the salted caramel to try them and see how we like them. I mean, I don't want 6 pounds of anything, because we have a 5-pound tub of the vanilla ice cream. I'm so tired of it right now. Good thing my 10-year-old likes to drink the protein shakes. But they also have vitamins, which are expensive. And then I got some Tangelo I should have brought it in here. They're calcium shooters, so you take a shot of it for the calcium. And then they have a vitamin D spray that's like an apple spray, apple flavored. So I would just give it a try. I mean, if I really, really like it and think it's worth spending that money, I'll do it. But I think there's other um, more affordable, definitely more affordable stuff out there. So if anybody is on the bariatric support website, and the lady, she had weight loss surgery how many ever years ago. She invented this stuff, so it is for bariatric patients. But I don't. They push their products, and I don't like people pushing shit on me. It makes me rebel. A couple times I almost unfollowed their group. But it is good tasting protein. So since it's over 21 minutes and I feel like I've said a lot of nothing, new subscriber, VSG Jody, I love her. I felt like a rock star when she subscribed to my channel. I was like, oh my god, she subscribed to my channel. So thank you for subscribing. So until after my next appointment, if anything comes up, hopefully, fingers crossed, I have sleep apnea. I don't like being sick at all or having anything wrong with me, but hey, surgery could fix it, right? Okay, see y'all. Take care. See you next time.